Welcome to Backroads Homestead. My name is Cassandra if you are new. Today we're going to be sitting down and talking about my homeschool meal plan for breakfast and lunch for an entire school year. I'm going to show you guys how I did it and just break it down really simply and easy for you. We have 5 children, 4 of which who are going to be of schooling age this year, and then a 1-year-old who's just along for the ride. But I am feeding 5 kids plus myself breakfast, lunch, and dinner from home every day. I meal plan once a month because I grocery shop once a month. We do our best to eat as locally sourced and homegrown, foraged, sourced, personally for us in this household, which means that I fill in once a month with some things that we can't grow, don't grow, fresh fruits and vegetables, things like that. I do that for my dinners. I've been doing that the entirety of my adult life, the last like 11 years. That's just how I've grocery shopped once a month. That being said, I'm going to be doing the same thing when it comes to breakfasts and lunches. These are just going to be a little different than from when my kids were going to public school because I can cook it right there and then, and we have more options, which is really great. So we're going to start with breakfasts. When it comes to breakfast, I have 10 options here, and my plan was to have right around like 15 different options. That way we could eat them once every 2 weeks. But when it comes to breakfast, we like to keep things pretty simple anyways. We're like much happier eating things repetitively. So I have 10 options here for breakfast. One is some sort of yogurt bowl. We grow berries here in our permaculture orchard. As many as we can, we eat them fresh, and then we'll preserve whatever we can. However, we do buy them either frozen or fresh, grate into a yogurt bowl. We make our own granola. I haven't shared that on YouTube yet, but we do make granola. I'll buy it upon occasion if there's like a fun seasonal granola, but some sort of yogurt bowl, granola, berries. Some of my kids just eat it with yogurt. Everyone is always really happy with that. Our second breakfast option are pancakes and sausage. You eating flies? Pancakes and sausage links. I do my best to make sure that every breakfast does have a protein. I think personally that's really important to have a protein like right away in the morning. So if we are going to do pancakes, I'm going to pair it with either sausage or bacon or scrambled eggs, something like that. So option number 2 is pancakes and some sort of breakfast sausage. Option 3 is muffins. I know heading into the school year that we have 1 day a week that is our like gym / co-op day. The kids all take classes in the morning, and then in the afternoon we get together with our version of a co-op group, and usually we'll hit a park or we do something all together with all of the kids. So that morning I need breakfast that's going to be just like quick and easy. And that is going to be the day that I make muffins. I always get up before my kids anyway, so it's easy for me to whip up some muffins, get them in the oven, and then we always, and I mean always, have hard-boiled eggs in our refrigerator. It is a go-to snack for us. So to be able to pair muffins with some hard-boiled eggs will be super easy, or muffins and some more yogurt and some berries, something super simple. That is going to be another option for breakfast for us through the school year. We have chickens and ducks, so we always have eggs. So another super easy option for us is just eggs and toast, whether that be fried eggs, hard-boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, whatever it is, just eggs and toast. Super simple, super easy, and everyone is always also really happy with that as well. I am going to keep oatmeal as an option. However, not all of my kids love oatmeal, so that'll be something where I just keep the oatmeal like packets in our pantry, and I only have to buy them every couple of months because we don't usually go through them that quickly. But I like to have breakfast options that I can just buy every couple of months, keep them in my pantry, and they're just kind of there for when we need them or want them, and that's kind of what that oatmeal acts as. And then we'll pair that with, once again, hard-boiled eggs, some leftover breakfast sausage or something like that to get some protein in it, because once again I think that that is important. For us are going to be German pancakes, which my kids refer to as puffy pancakes. I love these because they take 6 eggs, so when I have a lot of eggs they're easy to use up, really protein heavy. Absolutely love them. I'm into the protein pancakes. We're also going to do hash browns and eggs. I purchased Hash browns, they're 20 in a pack from Aldi. My kids absolutely love them. They are really good. So we'll do hash browns, scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Once again, pull out some of that yogurt, and it's gonna be a really easy breakfast. Egg sandwiches have always been a really big hit in our house. Homemade bread, homemade bagels, homemade English muffins with, you know, a fried egg and a piece of ham on it or something like that. Fresh tomato if we have it from the garden. Cheese. Everyone is always super happy on days where I make breakfast sandwiches. And to be honest, we could eat breakfast sandwiches every single day for like 3 months straight and everybody would be completely happy with that. So there's that. We're also gonna do breakfast burritos. These are things that most likely I will make in bulk and just put in the freezer for mornings when I don't want to cook, don't feel like cooking, or we need to get out the door really quickly. A couple breakfast burritos and everybody can eat those in the car really well also. So that is also great. And then our last option here is going to be banana bread. Either like a banana bread or an applesauce bread. I can make those from scratch really easily and really quickly. And everybody loves that. And then once again, we can pair it with yogurt, the hard-boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, leftover breakfast sausage, things like that. And that is going to be our breakfast menu for the entire year. We will just kind of eat those on repeat. I'm sure that there might be days where we want to switch it up, and like maybe we'll make a bunch of like breakfast hot pockets or breakfast pasties or something like that. But just in overall consensus for the year, those are going to be our breakfast options. Now we're going to head into lunches. For lunches, I have 14 options. I'm looking for a 15th one. That way on months where there are 30 or 31 days, we can eat all of these meals twice. So that way I know when I'm grocery shopping, I just need to get enough of these things for us to have them 2 times throughout an entire month. However, I'm thinking about leaving that 15th day open as a day for leftovers. That way, just once every 2 weeks, I know that I can pull out any sort of leftover that I have in the fridge and we can heat it up and eat it for lunch, just to keep things from going bad. And it just helps overall, making sure that we're eating through all of the food that we have. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. So lunch number 1 is either tacos or nachos. Very simple for me to have these ingredients on hand basically all of the time. We can make homemade tortillas, which the kids like, or tortillas are just super shelf stable. If I want to get hard shells, soft shells freeze beautifully. If I can buy all of these at the beginning of the month, freeze them and pull them out as needed. Obviously nachos, chips are shelf stable, so that way it gives my kids a little bit of an option as well. If they're not really feeling the whole taco thing, they could do nachos instead, just to give them a chance to mix it up if they wanted to. We could also just do taco bowls. My kids absolutely love taco bowls, so lots of options here with the same ingredients but helping it feel a little bit different if we are going to be hopefully eating these, you know, twice within a month, just to mix it up a little. We're also going to do burgers. All of my kids love burgers. Super simple, especially because I press my own burger patties and freeze them. That way all I have to do is pull them out. That way it's really easy to just throw them on the Blackstone or cook them on the stove, whatever. Pair that with like some french fries or something, or fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and it'll be a full meal, which everybody will really like. So we're gonna do that. We're also gonna do hot dogs because this is something that is A, super cheap, but also I can buy all of them in bulk, throw them all into my freezer, and I can take them straight out of my freezer into a thing of boiling water and boil our hot dogs and still have lunch. That way these will be nice for days when like I forgot to pull meat out, or I just need something super quick and easy. We can pull out those hot dogs and use them as kind of like an emergency meal. We're also gonna do chicken patties. This is one that my kids actually requested. So when I told them that I was sitting down to kind of make a meal plan for the year for lunches, they asked if we could do chicken patties. Is this something that I think we'll keep like all year? Maybe not. This might be one that I end up switching out upon occasion. But I told the kids at least for a while, we'll put chicken patties on the menu because the kids just liked them and wanted to have them, so that's fine. Another one that was requested was mac and cheese and chicken nuggets. Either homemade mac and cheese, which I can make no problem. I will be getting a bulk box of like Annie's mac and cheese from Sam's Club just to keep in the pantry, stick it away. That way, especially on days where like maybe I'm finishing up our morning time school with some of the kids, especially my younger ones, I can easily have some of my older ones get that started on the stove while I finish up, and it'll be really quick and easy. So once again, just something that we can use as kind of like a throwaway meal. Throw chicken nuggets in the oven, get our mac and cheese rocking and rolling, and we will pair literally all of these meals with fresh cucumbers, fresh carrots, fresh broccoli, fresh, you know, grapes, watermelon, whatever we end up having. I would not be surprised if more kids end up doing yogurt on their plates, things like that. So these are just like the main course things, and then we'll pull in kind of whatever we have as sides to kind of round out a full meal. Grilled cheese and tomato soup, that is a staple for us. Always has been, always will be. My kids are always super excited on grilled cheese and tomato soup day. And I mean, there is nothing better, especially that we're heading into like that fall weather. A really nice grilled cheese, and I can rock out a ton of those out on the Blackstone, heat up some tomato soup. Everybody's happy with that. I mean, everybody. That is just that's just a good meal. So we're gonna keep that one, and that will be one that we definitely keep all year through the rotation. I make this sourdough, they're like cheesy breadsticks. It's a sourdough discard recipe. I will link it down below. But I love this recipe so much because from the time you make the dough to the time you're pulling it out of the oven, it's probably like 40, maybe 45 minutes. But we make that meal. The kids absolutely love it. We will dip that in marinara sauce, and the kids call them pizza dippers. They're super simple, super quick, super easy, and I absolutely love that meal. And it's actually really filling. Something about that sourdough discard just like bulks it up, and we love it. We actually eat it for dinner sometimes. We're also gonna do roll-ups. This is a meal that we all love. We'll do lunch meat, sometimes we do bacon, sometimes we'll put like a chicken tender in a tortilla with a bunch of fresh vegetables and, you know, ranch or honey mustard, something like that. And we just call them roll-ups, and we'll roll up the tortilla, and they're kind of like snack wraps, I guess. But we all really love them. And they're super quick, super simple, super easy, and I love meals that are like that, where they're kind of customizable, where I can pull out a ton of vegetables and a ton of different meats, a ton of different cheeses, and everybody can come up and kind of make what they like, and it's just super simple. So we are definitely going to be doing that. Another thing I have on the menu are salad kits. We're gonna wait on that for a while just because of the whole like parasite thing going on. So right now we're only eating salads out of the garden, which is fine. But once everything calms down a little bit and like we head into winter, where obviously I'm not going to be growing my own lettuce anymore, we're going to switch back to salad kits. My kids love salad kits. We do them all of the time, especially like in the winter. It's just nice to have something like that, and it's super easy. You can just open up a bag and dump it out, and then we'll add some sort of protein, whether that be like chicken thighs, like grilled chicken thighs, or ham, or bacon, something like that, and everybody really likes that. So we will do that quite a bit. Another one that is super easy is quesadillas. This is one that my kids absolutely love, either just cheese or chicken. I'll put the chicken in my Instant Pot, let my Instant Pot cook it as we're finishing up school, like our morning school slot, take a break for lunch, easily be able to whip out the chicken quesadillas. Once again, I can make I can make a ton of those out on the Blackstone. I can also make those, you know, in the oven or on the stove. Super simple, super easy. Always a crowd pleaser. My kids love them. So we're definitely going to be doing those. We're also going to do cold cut sandwiches. I'm going to try to save our cold cuts for days where I know we're going to be out of the house for like our co-op days and stuff when we're packing a lunch to bring with us. I'm going to try to save our cold cuts for that, or like our peanut butter and jelly sandwich days for those days where I know we just need to pack something and bring it with us to wherever we're going. That being said, does that mean we're never going to stop and get food like while we're out and about, either like a fast food or something? No, we're definitely going to be doing that for sure, especially in the winter time. I found through homeschooling last year that one of my kids' favorite things to do is actually on the way home from our co-op days, if we're just doing our classes in the morning and we're not necessarily doing like a co-op meetup, because obviously the parks and things are closed. So like if we're not going sledding or something with our group, we like to stop by the Chinese restaurant and get like a bunch of to-go boxes from the buffet, and then come home and eat our Chinese and like do our afternoon school. We probably will still be stopping and getting takeout upon occasion because it's just fun sometimes to do that. But that's that. We're also gonna do the Nor's packets sides with some sort of chicken thighs. I have come to find that my kids devour this meal. It seems like the simpler I cook, the better my kids eat, which I'm glad that took me, you know, like 11 years of having kids to figure out. But sometimes just like a really nicely seasoned chicken thigh and a Nor's side packet, and my kids like just annihilate it with like some watermelon or something. So we're gonna do that for lunches because it's super quick, super easy, and that is the name of the game here. Simple, quick, easy, good cleanup time. That is what I'm looking for when it comes to lunches. So we're also gonna do pizzas, whether this be from Aldi. I will buy their like take and bake style pizzas because we are a large family, there's a lot of us. So if I were to get those like little traditional frozen pizzas, we would need like 2 of those to feed just the 6 of us for a lunch if my husband were home, plus add-ons, so like plus carrots, plus, you know, apples or whatever. But if I get those big take and bakes from Aldi, we will actually have leftovers if it's just the 6 of us eating, which is great. That being said, does that mean I will never make homemade pizzas for lunch? No, we definitely will. Or like strombolis or calzones or something like that for sure. But I'm still gonna be buying my, like usually I get 4 of those take and bake style pizzas from Aldi, and I stick them right in my freezer because they are super easy and convenient, especially for those days that come up that we did not plan for. We all have days like that where like, you know, someone has a random doctor's appointment that we normally don't have, or I don't know, we were out later somewhere than we anticipated and you just didn't plan for it for dinner. It's late for lunch, especially because I have 2 toddlers who, you know, when it's time to eat, it is time to eat, okay? Like I can't be like, no honey, now please sit down and don't be super hangry while I cook a meal for the next hour. Sometimes it's just like, nope, we're gonna come home, I'm gonna throw pizza in the oven right away, and in 20 minutes I'm gonna be feeding these toddlers who desperately need to eat. So we keep those pizzas on hand for those things. I usually never put them on my meal plan because I want to be able to have them for when I need them. And there are some months where I get 4 of them and we only ended up using 2 of them and I have extra pizzas, and that's great. But there are also some months where I go through all 4 of them very quickly. So it just kind of depends, but I like to have them in my freezer as easy throwaway meals, especially when it comes to, you know, field trips and all of the fun things that come up, because sometimes the homeschool co-op schedule comes out after I already do my meal plan and my grocery shopping. So it's nice that I know that I have those pizzas for when I need them, for, you know, those things that we just don't plan for when we're doing our grocery shopping. So that is my entire year's worth of breakfast and lunches heading into a new homeschool school year, which is really great. It takes a huge weight off my shoulders to have that plan in place for an upcoming school year. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on the homestead, and I will catch you guys in another one. Bye.